Hello, Grant McLaughlin here, Alpha 7 Energy at our Sydney headquarters. Just giving you a little bit of a Q&A with Dylan Knight and Pete Fagan, who are our newest member of the ASE management team. So Dylan, why don't you get things kicked off, mate?
Sure, thanks. Hey guys, yes, Dylan Knight, ASE. Pete, mate, we've known each other a couple of years now.
We have, yeah.
I know that obviously initially you were an investor, one of our earlier projects.
Mm-hmm.
Tell everyone at home a little bit about yourself and how you came to be involved and become a partner with Alpha 7 Energy.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, as you can see, this is our new Sydney office. So, yeah, really excited to be here and be part of the team.
We're excited to have you, mate.
Yeah, thank you. So as you know, I think I came on board as an investor in 2017. Flew up to Brisbane or to Queensland and met with you, and to be honest, I fell in love with the growth story. You know, we had a meeting and we spoke about the company mission, values,
yeah.
and vision, and I just saw it as a great growth story, and I just wanted to be a part of it. So here we are today, 3 years later, and it's all systems go.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a question I want to ask you actually is, when you first got involved, you were an investor. At what point did you go, I actually wouldn't mind being an owner? Because it's very different between being, I've got an investment with these guys, to I actually want to be an owner in the business. What was the deciding moment in your mind that said, you know what, I actually want to be involved in a more management capacity?
Yeah. Tough question. Look, you know what, especially sitting here with the co-founder here, but look, no, in all honesty, young management team, it was a team full of ambitious,
yeah.
A team that was highly honest,
yeah.
transparent, and it was obviously an Australian based owned company.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, the CEO, he's a Sydney boy, and you know, obviously there's a connection here between all of us, and
yeah.
I just wanted to offer as much value to the company as possible, and more importantly, we've got a passion for investments,
yeah.
and we're all seeking a yield. And this was an opportunity to invest directly into the wellbore and
yeah.
own oil in the ground,
yeah.
Receive US dollar revenue,
yeah.
and you know, this is it. This is what I want to do, and my it's all systems go, and burn the boats.
Yeah, it's funny when Pete came on board, I said to him, mate, you've burnt the boats. And he goes, what's that mean? And he Googled it and he sent a message back, and I have to say we're so privileged and proud to have, and it speaks volumes if you're an investor and you actually then want to become an owner in the business. And I think that's probably the best advertisement that we could ever give for a potential investor looking at this video. So do you want to take another question there, Dylan?
Yeah, certainly. So Pete, obviously you kind of mentioned the reasons why you came on board, and I mean, I think, you know, people obviously that look at this and end up joining us as partners and purchasing an ownership in the wellbores, they do it to you know, diversify, because here in Australia we know, you know, it's all property, or the Australian Stock Exchange, you know, it's just pretty much what most people put their hard-earned into, and these opportunities don't exist here in Australia, investing into producing oil and gas wells.
Yeah.
You know, in the United States, it's all privately owned, hence why we're over there doing what we're doing. I mean, would you say, Pete, that that's one of the main reasons that you invested into oil was to diversify your portfolio?
Absolutely, yeah. Another reason was I was very much well invested in the share market, trading, you know, the likes of BP and the blue chip shares, and basically what I wanted to do was hedge out company risk.
Yes.
So I wanted to have an exposure to the energy industry, but I didn't want to carry company risk. So I thought to myself, how can I own oil directly?
Yeah.
And there's I mean, limited information out there, and but I found Alpha 7 Energy. So.
And part of your due diligence, you know, I might want to explain to the people watching, was to actually travel over to Dallas to meet with us. You know, you obviously met me up in Queensland. Now we have the Sydney office, so clients can come in to meet us in Sydney, but you also travelled over to our headquarters in Dallas and
That's right,
went out to locations, so that's part of your due diligence.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a passion project for me as well. Jumping on a plane and flying over to the States.
Like it, is it?
I mean, yeah, it's just, it's
You get to taste and
amazing.
touch it because this is a tangible project. It's not like trading a stock market where you're seeing something just on a screen. This is like physical oil coming out the ground. You actually own the oil from the source.
Yes.
And I actually remember, because obviously we have an investor portal and they get updated. I remember when Dylan was there, I actually, that's the first time I actually saw you. Actually, because you were there and I think you were being interviewed by, I think it was Tim.
That's right, yeah.
And that was the first
I
introduction
remember
to
Tim.
what you look like, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, we're talking about, obviously, let's step back because you've been an investor for a few years, and then you've burnt the boats a couple of months ago now, and Pete is going to be is running the Sydney office here. But just tell the guys at home, like, what basically you did before burning the boats, and also more importantly, what gave you the confidence to jump ship to say, I'm doing this, and now I'm actually going to be focusing 100% on Alpha 7 Energy.
Yep. Well, I guess obviously I want to align my resources to my investments.
Yeah.
And also to you know, and I'm plucking knowledge from the great Warren Buffett now. When you look at a company, fundamentally you're looking at the management team.
Yeah.
You're looking at the moat. You're looking at ethics, honesty, and it's, you know, it was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's I really want this. I really want this to work, and I know it will work. And I just want to. I wanted to put all my time and resource into working for this company and seeing the success and being part of this amazing growth story.
Yeah. Well, we love having you there, mate, as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
You left it very successful. Your other businesses are very, very successful to to come over full time.
Yeah.
And burning the boats means, you know, to obviously stop completely everything else you're doing. There's no backup plan or anything like, you know, it's
No plan B. It's just
no plan B.
A.
Yep.
Yeah.
They say if you don't know what the saying is, if you want to take the island, you burn the boat. So there's no A and B. It's just literally I'm taking the island and
that's it.
And that's it.
Back.
It's all
One
in.
way.
And that's the thing, if you look on our website, a lot of us don't have a lot of oil and gas experience. We might have 2 or 3. We've got some very experienced guys that are making the decisions on the geology. But what makes a company is the why. And our why is, this is not just a business for us. This is, would you agree? This is our life.
Yes.
All we talk about is oil and gas, and our investors, we've had investors come and pick us up from the airport, because Dylan and I are a company based out on the Gold Coast. But we've got our base here and obviously in Texas, but we've got investors that pick us up. Last night we had the Shahins take us out for dinner. They've become part of our extended family, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's what you reckon, Dylan. That's the magic of ASE, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, it is. It's you know, as I've said before, they're not just you know, clients. They become family members and friends and you know, when you get it right in this industry, there's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of wealth that can be shared around. And as I said earlier, you know, the opportunity to invest closest to the source, which is what you're doing when you're buying an ownership in the wells we drill. You're not just, you know, putting money on blue chip shares and hoping that it goes up in value. It's buying a physical ownership in the well bores, and you know, we're in some of the most prolific oil producing basins in the US, and we've just hit 2. I mean, what's today? It's the 16th of June, 2020. We've just hit 2 massive wells in our Oklahoma project, Seminole County. They're 2 weeks away from coming online, so by the time you watch this video, you know, more than likely these wells are online, and we can give you further updates as to how they've performed. But it's looking like they're going to be absolute monster wells, and you know, everyone can build a portfolio and build on that and have multiple projects generating multiple streams of income. So Pete, mate, what would be your experience thus far that you can tell everyone since you've come over and left your businesses of working with ASE and having set the Sydney office up?
Oh, well, I mean, look at this. I mean, I feel really lucky, privileged. The team in Dallas are amazing. We've got a great team here in Australia, obviously, and you know, as I mentioned before, hardworking, loyal.
Yeah.
You know, it's I have morals and ethics, and you know, I just feel privileged to be part of the team and get a seat at the table, and you know, ride along with Alpha 7 Energy and delivering some really significant successes to the investors. It's going to be a fun ride.
It is. I literally, without sounding cliche, watch this space, because we've like Dylan said, we've hit some monster wells, and the expectation, we always try and under advertise a projection, because you want to basically have investors come in and you want to exceed their expectation. You don't want clients being disappointed, but these wells in Seminole County, our expectation was here, and they're looking at being a lot higher. So the point I'm trying to make is that we always put our heart and soul into this business, don't we? And that's probably what attracted you to, because Dylan and I have been friends for 12 years, and it was his passion and belief for the business translated into myself. And I think that's the magic of ASC. It's that you don't just invest in the project, it's what is our why and what drives us. And I think that's the tenacity in our whys. That's what is the driving force, that's the fuel in our bellies. So with that in mind, as a closing question there, Pete, is, you know, obviously you're quite conservative, aren't you, as an individual? I've noticed that, you know, and to come on board, it speaks volumes, of course. But what's your vision? When you obviously burnt the boats, you must have had some sort of, you know, maybe a 3 to 5 year vision to say, I get involved here and this is where I think the business is going to go. So what was your kind of expectation or your vision for the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just have to, a tough question again, but you just have to have
I like the tough ones, mate.
How I'm thinking is you just have to look at what's happened in the last 12 months.
Yeah. How far we've come.
Yeah, exactly. And even though, you know, past performance doesn't predict future performance, but I mean, the last 12 months,
very
exactly.
good indicator. And a conservative person would say that as well, which is perfect, mate.
Well, let's just reflect here. In the last 12 months, we've created subsidiaries.
ASC operations, ASC drilling, and ASC equipment.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've bought 2 rigs, drilling rigs.
Spencer Harris 7,000 and the Drigo 133. They were valued at nearly $10 million when oil was at $60
USD.
USD.
We've secured a 23,000 acreage lease from the late billionaire T. Boone Pickens,
who was married 5 times and still died with a billionaire. So that in its own is a Guinness Book of Records.
Yep, that's an exciting one.
That is a big one. That is.
String of Pearls and the lease that we're currently developing out now. We're in phase 2 of the project, Seminole County, Oklahoma.
Seminole County, Oklahoma. The String of Pearls in South Texas we'll be moving on to at the back end of 2020 and beyond. So we've got more than enough exciting projects and wells for any potential investor to be a part of and build a portfolio with.
Yep, and this growth story is scary.
It is.
It's really
good,
exciting.
scary.
Yeah.
There's different types of scary. This is sometimes people are not only fearful of failure; it's the fear of success. And sometimes we're just on the cusp of these wells coming online. Which, if the investors if you had come on board these investors, they, without sounding over exaggerating, these have life improving opportunity. Like the type of oil that and gas returns is something that we've never seen before, and sometimes, like on our Borden County wells, they're like $12 million wells. Like some of these wells, potentially for less than $1 million, could produce, I have to use that word, potentially, as much as, say, the Griffin well.
A lot more, yeah. From the well logs that we have, they can far outperform the Borden County wells that came in at, as Grant said, $10 million plus. These are under $1 million. So we've hit something pretty special, and we're looking forward to getting the wells online and moving ahead. Yeah. So Dylan Knight, Peter Fagan, Grant McLaughlin signing out on the evening of the 16th of June at our Sydney HQ. Alpha 7 Energy signing out.